Well, good morning, and Rouser Radio. We've had a bit of a problem overcoming an internet failure. Well, we think we've got it now. Hopefully you'll hearing us. But if not, welcome anyway. 27 degrees again today. A warm one. And a gentle breeze. So your hat is okay, but I'm not so sure about your skin. And do they care in Westminster? No, the farcical race goes on. Ben Sound Ukulele to see us into the day. Rouser Radio from the White Hart Hotel in Lewes in East Sussex in the United Kingdom. An interesting day ahead, I suppose, if you're into politics. If you're not, then stuff it. But there's no reason why you should tap into us, because we're all over the place with hodgepodge here and hodgepodge there. Hodgepodge here and a hodgepodge there. Here a podge, there a podge, everywhere a hodgepodge. That's right, yes. The Guardian. Front pages, pressure on Truss as Tory rivals steal a march in the leadership battle. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Liz Truss is now attempting to reinvigorate her leadership campaign. It says the Foreign Secretary was unexpectedly beaten into third place after once being a favourite to succeed Boris. The paper also covers the deepening crisis in Sri Lanka as its president flees to the Maldives. And the president will not give up. What he's done is he's vested his powers in the prime minister while he's out of the country. But the people are determined that he'll go, and they've invaded the legislature and his office. So I'll repeat that, The Guardian. Daily Mirror is not as glowing in praise of Penny Mordaunt as other people, and claims that while Britons are still struggling with the cost of living, she has suggested cutting taxes for the rich as part of her pitch to be leader. Now, this method in madness, when you cut taxes to the rich, is it may seem that you're giving them a bonus, but in fact what you're doing is you're actually improving the situation for them to actually, because they're rich, presumably not because they won the pools, because they are entrepreneurial and so on. And that way you actually encourage people to get cracking, get with it. The Mirror. The cost of living crisis. What cost of living crisis? Says the Mirror. That's it. Daily Express. The Trade Minister Penny Mordaunt makes it an almost entire sweep of front pages, with the Express featuring on theirs that she has blown the leadership race wide open with her results on Wednesday. Okay, so she did very well yesterday in the polling. The Daily Express, it's hotting up. Mordaunt surges in the race for number 10. Okay, The Sun. Bookies are backing Penny Mordaunt for Prime Minister. The tabloid says that of the 6 remaining candidates, she had thumped rivals to become the next favourite? Well, I'd hate to be favourite at this stage. It's always an outsider that comes up on the outside rails. That's the Sun, the 6 factor. Rishi wins, but Penny is the new favourite. Okay, the Daily Telegraph. Most of the papers have picked up on what they describe as a momentum behind former Defence Secretary Penny Mordaunt. The Telegraph describes her as being in a prime position in the race to replace Boris Johnson. Well, there you are. Who expected her? The Telegraph. Mordaunt seizes the momentum after first Tory ballot. That's the actual headline. The Daily Star. God help us, what would we do if we didn't have the Star? What would we do? Diverting slightly from the Conservative leadership race, the Star, which has a good chat and a face like Brad Pitt, is not what makes the best pub competition. Instead, it says all Brits went to have a good time in the boozer. Is their dog? That's it. It says Brits want to have a good time in the boozer. Is their dog? Don't understand that. Let's see. 2 pints of lager and a golden retriever, please, landlord. It says. So I think that probably what it's saying is that the people have a good time in the boozer if they actually take their dog there. And why not? The Eye. Mordaunt surge rattles rivals in the race for number 10. Right, okay, same thing. Mordaunt surge rattles rivals in the race for number 10 is the actual headline. The Metro. A survey of Conservative Party members backs the PM 4 PM, says the Metro. Well, now that's an interesting one. We have to have a look at that. Right. Okay. It is Penny Mordaunt. I see what it's after. They back Penny Mordaunt for the premiership. Right. Okay. All right. Being clever, but not quite pulling it off, I think. The Financial Times. Now, here is the worrying stuff. Here, behind all the hype over the remaining 6. The miracle to our round wrap up for Thursday. Well, there you go. That's what it's all about. I think there's nothing for it. To give you the time, which is 7:51. Give you the temperature, which is racing towards 27 today, and then playing one of my. Here we go. Down with your get up. That's the mini vandals. So. Well, there we go. Down with your get-up, the mini vandals. You're listening to Rouser Radio. And get with it this morning because we are down to 6. As I've often said, sometimes coming up on the outside rail is somebody who becomes Prime Minister and we haven't really paid much attention to. And in this particular case is Rishi Sunak, who topped the poll, is being threatened by 2 women. One is Liz Truss and the other is Penny Mordaunt, dear old Penny. And it makes it a very interesting race, to be quite honest with you, even though their names have been scratched across the headlines from time to time. I don't know much about Penny Mordaunt at all. I only know what I read about Liz Truss. And so perhaps, in some ways, I'm being unjust when I say that all 650 MPs should hand in their badge. Perhaps there are 1 or 2 left that are worthwhile. I have no way of telling. So this race is almost like going to Epsom Downs or Ascot and taking a pin and sticking it into the runners and riders and hoping that you come up with a 100 to 1 outsider who turns out to be the winner. I think really that's exactly the way it is in Westminster. It's not much better anyway. So on a very warm morning, relatively cool in summer and relatively warm in winter. So I'm actually going to take my jacket off. Now this is a rare occurrence, everybody. His jacket in the city, it was very fashionable. Oh, the internet is just playing up this morning. We are reconnecting. There we are. We have reconnected. How much of what I just said you heard? I have not a single solitary idea. The biscuits are good. The biscuits are good. Popping up on our time to time with information that we really could care less whether we find or not. It is now 3 minutes past 8, heading towards 27 degrees. Now, the last few days, with all the gloom and doom and all the idiocy that's taking place in Parliament, we have been able to look at the sports pages, the back pages, with some glee. Lady footballers are doing well. Gentlemen cricketers are doing well. The various other the cricketers I mentioned, the footballers I mentioned, the rugby teams are doing very well in the Antipodes. All in all, it was a lot of fun and lift the spirits. Now, today, we're back to your barge. It's all about those people who will pay for a new tournament paid for by the Saudis. And the authority decided to ban it. And some of the starters said, to hell with that. If they're going to pay me £1 million to play in their tournament, I'll play. There we are. So that's the sort of stuff that you've got on the back pages today. In fact, this nonsense in golf, which I could care less about, really, it takes up 3 whole pages. And who cares? Who's going to read that? Then we get on to United closing in on the centre back. He's only 5'9". Well, who cares? Really, I'm not sure that that's pertinent to anything. Rooney rattled over coverage of battling USA return. Um, Wayne Rooney says it's disrespectful to Major League Soccer to label his return to DC United a backward step. Well, he's gone back to America, and everybody say he's gone backwards in his career. Who knows? Everything is up and down nowadays. Sterling makes London return. He says 50. Oh, that's all about transfers and so on and so forth. All of which will be hyper. How wonderful this guy is, and he's worth his money. Only by Christmas for us to be saying he's not getting into the first team. It's all a bit much of a muchness and a bit of nonsense. Beans for defence. And the name of the company, Harland and Wolff. Harland and Wolff disappeared just about 6 months ago from the Belfast team. It has been in Belfast since the turn of the last century. Not this last century, the century before. July in 2022. I hope what we're seeing is what we're seeing is okay. A nice day, gentle breeze, very warm, no rain. Joined by Jane Watkins from Hastings a little later, so we can find out what's going on in the world and what's not going on in the world. Okay, we'll say we'll go to Ben Sound Ukulele and say goodbye. Doodles.